back to the secret little bonsai garden. Today I'll be doing a first styling on a juniper. This is a Juniper's Chinensis all gold variety. And about the choice of tree, basically I went to Green Thumb and I just picked whatever had the chunkiest trunk, and it seems like this has at least an inch and a half. So without looking to anything else except that it had plenty of green, I went for it. And it's a cheap juniper, around $25. I had a coupon, a $10 coupon, so I got it for about $20. The first thing I do is start to check the root, the Navari, and for that I will need to cut the plastic container, plastic pot. So it's springtime. I'm not going to be doing any repot. If I work on a tree when I first style it, I will not repot, but I need to uncover the Navari to make a decision about what is the front of the tree. And that's what I'm trying to understand, if there's any interesting roots where I can make a decision about where is the front. And it's really hard to actually understand, but it does look like there's a lot of roots all around. So I'm not gonna be digging too much. I'm sure there's one side more interesting than the other, but for now I'm just gonna look at the branch structure. Okay, so I can identify 2 or 3 trunks. The main trunk is thick and it splits into 3 main ones, and there's a lot of small ones all around. So I'm going to do what is called kind of a cleanup. I will remove those weak branches around the 3 trunk split, and try to then identify which ones I'm going to keep out of those 3. I know 3 is not ideal because it will cause probably an inverse taper, but I'll be choosing at least 1 or 2 out of the 3. Before I perform any cuttings, I only spray the tools with Lysol, so that there's a fungus or some kind of infection from another tree, I'm not going to infect the next one. Let me just show So Bari, I have these roots over here, and then I feel like these are a little too high, and then there's a layer of roots in the bottom. You can see at least this one thicker, and these ones are a little too high, so I pull them. Same with this one, and like roots a little bit all over, so it doesn't look like I should make immediately a decision about which front is more interesting. What I want you to see is this trunk. That was the main choice for this tree. Big trunk, and then it splits. There's a lot of confusion over here. That's what I'm going to clean up, and it splits in three like this, bigger ones, or at least that's what it seems to me. It's actually 4. It splits in 4. There's a little bit of a inverse taper already. Trying to identify the strongest, which is right here. Yeah. And the second strongest would be over here. Actually, makes a nice turn. This tree actually has great shape on one of the trunks. Just trying to decide which direction I want to go about style. To decide to choose between the two thickest branches or trunk split and remove other two that are just thinner. and see what happens. So I'm leaving a little bit of the branches just in case I decide to do some kind of gin. There's a lot of garbage, a lot of old foliage that just dried up inside. Kind of makes it hard to see the lines. There's a lot of branches in this area. There's a lot of branch splittings over here. Confusion. Just cleaning up bifurcations, removing what's in the middle. Basically, I'm following the main trunk. Splits mostly in two, but then there's a lot of branches coming out of each one. And what I gotta do is get the main trunk splits in two, then look for other two, and so and so. So I gotta select between those 5 or 6 they are there. Question is, am I selecting the right ones? Which direction do I want to take? Which style do I want to take? And do I want to select the strongest one? Is it going to be flexible enough to shape? That's the kind of decisions that I'm going through right now. So I'm kind of making a mental plan of the style I would like to give to the tree. Basically, there's a trunk comes this way, and then it makes like a pigeon neck to the back. So we got something like this. I like the movement over here. Other than that pigeon neck situation makes it a little awkward. I'm hoping to be able to twist it and turn it, and what I want to do is focus on the triangular shape on this side so that you would have movement over here. Hopefully the the second trunk or the second branch goes to the back, so it looks like I can take advantage of that. But It does look like that. Yeah, and I can actually have a gene here, so it kind of gives them a flow to this side, and it might work. We'll see. Now I gotta select some benches. Much from the same place here. Yeah, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coming from the same area. Obviously that will cause a inverse taper as well, so this is what I talk about, the movement to this side. And I have this thick one, which is going to be my first branch most likely. I'm going to go it down, trunk splits in two, and then splits again in two. Gives me another nice one over here. But all this here has to go. That just shoots straight to the back. Looks awful. I might be able to wire it and do a shari because it's so long and straight. So I'm going to get it a little naked there. Still have three branches coming out of trunk. And if I decide to keep this one in the back, I don't really need this one. And this one splits in two and then in two in each side, so it makes sense that I just take this one. Just see. This guy. This is the pigeon neck or pigeon breast I was talking about. We want to avoid that. I either just stick everything or I just twist it somehow. Like this guy here, this, and you can take some options here. I can just get rid of this. That's what makes sense to me. If I keep this guy, I will never be able to get rid of that. So I can just take it here and wire this guy or this guy, and he'll be gone. Am I gonna do this? I'll just get it naked for now, and I'll see if later I should do some kind of gin again. So I'm leaving it all long to understand how can I play with the branches and make some gin that works out interesting in the end. So I'm cleaning up in between bifurcations. I'm removing anything that is more than two branches coming out of the same main one. I'm trying not to take too much. What does that mean? When I get to the bifurcation on the branch, for example, this one splits in two. I'm not cleaning up from here because I still don't know what to do, and normally if I start cleaning up too much from the main trunk, I lose a lot of branches that I could use further on. So I'm trying to be a little conservative there, and I also start always from the main trunk to the outside, never from the outside to the inside, because this way you come from one, you split in two. If you come from outside, you have no control over that. I almost want to remove it, but it's such a good branch. That is a shame. I mean, honestly don't know. I almost rather take it out, but when I get to a style after wiring, I might want it to create some depth in the end, you know. So I'm gonna leave it for now. And at this point, honestly, I'd rather step back a little, look at the tree, and understand, or even making a drawing of what I'm looking for. I always find helpful when you have a plan. It's good to go with the flow and work with it, and that's basically what I've done so far. But when you have the main branches already, the main structure defined, you might want to step back a little and think a little more of how you're going to do it. What can I do more now? Cut bottom branches, cut upper ones, and keep doing the ramification on the branches until the end. That's what I'm gonna do slowly. So, in terms of styling, this branch is very horizontal, and that's one thing you want to avoid. So most likely I will give it some inclination to break that vertical feeling. And I think it looks better. Yep. Okay, so it breaks that vertical movement. I can still wire a little. At the same time, I'm gonna play with this guy here, since I removed it to avoid the pigeon breast, and I'm gonna make a gene to the top. And when I pull this guy down, I might see that I can use this to get that perspective. The depth. had a branch here that was making this area very full, giving an impression of a inverse taper, but once I removed it, it actually doesn't look bad. And if I rotate, yeah, I have inverse taper here. If I put it this way, I don't see it. This side I don't see it, but it's not very interesting. And I like how I can make some chain over here. I have to think about this design. I'm gonna make a drawing and see. Yeah. Alright, so yesterday I got a little frustrated. I was trying to utilize both branches of the split of the main trunk to get into a style, but the fact that they come at the same height just doesn't work. I just cannot come up with something that works. Even if I lean it, it's still not a big difference in terms of height difference, and that makes it really weird. So every time I get a little frustrated, or I don't have that vision, it doesn't work, that it's just not coming out. You just gotta pull back. You just gotta take a deep breath, give up for the day, and maybe start another day, or mature the idea until you figure something out. And the solution is just one. You eliminate one of the branches, and in this case, I think, although I don't want to lose this, I'm gonna have to cut it and work with just the one side that has the most options. So let's do it.
I'll still keep some of the length just to do some gain.
Way. And I'm gonna go back to my initial thought, which was utilizing this as the front. I just heard a crack right here, and hopefully I don't have a problem with that later on. Okay, I made some decisions. Um, First, I eliminated that second branch that I figured out it just wouldn't work because of the level of the branches. The primary branch, first branch, and that branch was the same height, so I had to get rid of one. Second, I have kind of a pigeon breast over there, so in order to try to eliminate that, I'm establishing that the front is somewhere over here, so that pigeon breast ends up going to the back a little, and you have a steady flow, and the apex would be over here. I still got to do a lot of wiring, a lot of trimming, but I've also cut some of the jeans that I don't think I would need. I am still keeping this guy as a chain feature. I have to take the peel out here, keeping this one. There was a few here that would make a little bit of confusion. In this way I can see some of the taper. One thing that happens is that I do have a little bit of an inverse taper here. If I choose that the front is like this, I don't see that taper that much, so I might go ahead and then that pigeon breast is actually disguised by putting a branch in front here, so we have two possible fronts. This one, less taper, I'm gonna mark it over here, and this one I think it gives a little more perspective going that way and then coming back to the front. I do like this one though. Just less straight, more depth into it. Let's get to the wiring. It's actually the thing that I struggle the most. It's the refined wiring. I am okay with the trunk primary branches. When I get to secondary, tertiary branch, I still don't have a lot of experience, but I'll do my best. Alright guys, this is the result of this demo. I'm gonna just review some main points. At first I tried to identify if there was an nursery that I should have preference for the front of this tree, and then I realized that I didn't identify any particular best nursery front. So then I moved to what I consider the most interesting part of the tree. I focused on the trunk. I saw that there was some movement to the right that I could take advantage of. I defined that the style I wanted was to focus mostly on green on the right side of the tree. I've also identified that there was a little bit of inverse taper, and that I had a pigeon breast that was not very appealing, and in order to correct that I would have to probably tilt a little bit of the tree. Also, the first main branch is too horizontal, so I want to break that, and if I give it a little movement, it might work better. So let's see with that movement how it looks like. And let me see just the camera. And there you go. And that's what I was looking for. So now I have a first branch that went from horizontal to a little bit of a inclination there. I had a pigeon breast that was that didn't bring much to the tree. On the opposite would be a negative point of focus. So what I did was just turn the tree a little, enough to make it disappear, and have a branch in front that also breaks that movement. Overall, I try to flatten the tree as much as I can, and I took some I did some gene whenever I had a branch that I think it would work out. In the future I'll be doing some jari to give some circular motion to the tree. I end up having this branch that I turned into a gene, and I wired it so that it keeps a nice shape. Somehow I wish it would be longer above the apex of the tree, so that would be more pronounced, but I think it's still a nice feature, and I can come up with a shari that circulates through here and turns and ends up in that same branch. On the other side, I also have some gene on that branch that I took because I really didn't have a solution to work with it, and I think it gives a nice feature. So it was a project that actually ended up a lot better than I thought it would be, and the reason is that I never really explored the detailed wiring of the tree. I would go to trunk, primary branches, secondary branches at the most, and I would never get to the tips. And if you watch the whole video, you'll see a big difference as soon as I start detailed wiring and getting some refinement on those branches. I worked the tree very slowly from the beginning, cutting only the growth that was in between every two branches. I eliminated branches very slowly, trying to understand how the tree, what was the tree shape, and I tried not to take too much green immediately, leaving it towards the end when I detailed wiring, so that I could understand which green I wanted to keep, and when I detailed wiring, that's when I started trimming one by one from the bottom branch to the top, filling up the areas that I needed, and that's how I got to this. That's it. Thank you so much for watching. If you like my video, please subscribe to the channel and go to my Facebook page, The Secret Little Bonsai Garden, and like and follow us. It'll be a better pleasure to keep you posted about these trees and more to come. I have a few projects coming up. I have a few surprises for you guys, and I'll be developing a 101 bonsai guidelines. Thank you.